When he was writing the Soul's Code, Hillman was basing many of his ideas on some very old Greek ideas, and particularly from the tradition and the writings of Plato. And Plato had this sense that we each come into this world for a purpose. And he said that we were each accompanied, that although we came into this world for a purpose, when we're born into this world, we forget that purpose. As he put it, mythically, we drink of the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness in the underworld. Before we come into this world, we forget what we were doing, and then we kind of spend the rest of our lives trying to figure it out. But he said, Plato believed that we come into this world with what he called a daemon, a kind of, let's call it a soul guide, for want of a better way of putting it, which kind of reminds us of who we are. And Hillman really picked upon this notion of us being accompanied by an image. I mean, typically, Hillman, image, by some kind of image, some kind of notion. And he called that daemon many things, but one of the things he called it was a necessary angel. He said that the daemons come with us into this life like necessary angels to kind of remind us or to guide us or to nudge us along the path of our calling. And I always thought that was such a beautiful expression, that sense of a necessary angel. So to me, picking up on Hillman's notion of this, this is just some almost sometimes very vague inkling of an image of who we are, an image of what it means to live a beautiful life, some kind of image of the essence of ourselves that we cannot define. The best images won't be defined. We can't define, we can't quite grasp onto, but it accompanies us all the way through and it kind of nags at us. And one of the other things that Hillman said about images of all kinds, but I think it's particularly true in the context of this particular kind of image, is that images come to us often with a moral claim, that they haunt us, they pick on us, they haunt us, and they will not let us go until in some fashion we respond to them. And I think to me, that's what the daemon is. That's what the necessary angel is. It's necessary because because our calling is a necessary thing. It's not an optional extra. It's why we're here. And I think, again, it's such a beautiful phrase that it really has stuck with me ever since I read The Soul's Code many, many years ago now.